The purpose for this video is to understand the futility of blaming others. For example, if I get a speeding ticket, whose fault is it? Of course, it's the cop's fault. I mean, if the cop wasn't there, would I have gotten a ticket for speeding? No. So it must be the fault of the cop. Ben Franklin said, "Those who are good at blaming others and making excuses are rarely good at anything else." So blaming is the habit that many people get used to when they get caught not being accountable. No one likes to get caught not being accountable. I remember in a movie called The Martian, Jessica Chastain was the commander of the flight, and when people started blaming each other for what was going on, she said, "Work the problem, no blame, work the problem." What's important here, when you are about to blame anyone for anything, always ask the question, what was my part in that? Think about someone you'd like to blame for something right now. Now ask yourself, what was my part in that? Recently I was traveling, and when I was going through security at the airport, they held my briefcase and said they wanted to check my computer. I was okay with that. When my briefcase came through the security process, I picked it up, went onto my plane, but when I was putting the briefcase up into the overhead in the plane, I noticed it felt a little bit lighter than usual. When I looked in the briefcase, sure enough, the computer wasn't in there. I immediately wanted to blame security for not putting my computer back into my briefcase, which was true. But before I did that, I asked myself, what was my part in that? Right. I didn't check to see if the computer was there prior to leaving security. My lesson was to just become more aware of what's happening. The action step here is before you point the finger of blame at someone else, ask yourself, what was my part in that? And in summary, blaming people accomplishes nothing. When we start looking at our part, we can almost always find it was something we did or didn't do that was a part of the problem. Remember, if it's predictable, it's preventable.